So I get into a new relationship. The last one ended in 2018. I get into a new relationship in 2019. I was known as a serial dater. Throughout my high school career, if one relationship ended, I was already in another one. So it didn't even matter. So with that one ended, that I got into another one. But this one that I entered to was a whole different vibe, right? So I met Shorty at the time. She had a boyfriend at the time, and she was like one of my sis best friend. I'm like, sis, I want that. Well, she has a boyfriend, but she don't even fuck with him. Like, that's nice. I want that. Man, I'm trying to press it, but she wasn't jacking me, you know what I mean? Cause she with the boyfriend, but they was having problems. I'm like, cool, but I'm like, sis, I want that. I mean, okay, but a couple months pass. She's best friend comes back around. I'm single, y'all. I want you. And then that was my little, that was my Shayla. That was my cinnamon sugar apple. Like that was wifey for real. Know what I'm saying? But mind you, my mindset very different. I'm thinking what men is supposed to do, but I'm conflicted now, cause I'm like, yo, like she's giving me this type of emotions I never had before. I want to do things for her. I want to do things. Last girl, we was always in the crib. We never went out. I mean, you know what I'm saying? First year in college, bet. I'm a little older now. You know what I'm saying? I want to do things for her. Her birthday comes around. I bet. This is what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? She booked a hotel. I'm going to go in the hotel early. Right? She gave me the car key. I go in, check in. Buy some flowers, put some rose petals over the hotel. Cool, I did that. That was the most romantic shit I think I can ever do. Like once I did that, I'm like, yo, you can't get nobody better. This is my thinking at the time. I'm like, you cannot get nobody better. This is like you really locked down with me for life now, cause I'm acting very uncharacteristically right now. I'm acting out of character. I just put rose petals on the bed. I'm moving different now. I never did this before. Never. We going out, like we don't do this. So COVID happens, me and her, we locked down all COVID. Like she's practically in the crib with me. You know, and then they give us a little UE, you know what I'm saying? Bro, we Uber eating every night like a motherfucker, bro. Uber eats every night. We in the crib, binge watching. Though, you know I love me some movies. Like, I'm a movie guy. I could watch movies all day and can't complain with no breaks. I could watch Indiana Jones, the whole franchise, back to back, no break. I could watch Lord of the Rings, back to back. No break. These are 3-hour movies. This is what I do, and I'm doing it with Shorty. I'm putting her to we play Kingdom Hearts. I love Kingdom Hearts, man. Y'all know about Kingdom Hearts? Shit. We play that. She watch me. Yo, bro, this becomes my little boo thing. We locked up during quarantine. Then quarantine ends. I'm back outside amongst civilization. We all are, right? I go into a supermarket, go to Target for the first time back in civilization. And during lockdown, I pretty much forgot what other women look like. I see other women, I'm like, oh my God, y'all, where have you been? And I become a full nigga again, and then that just doesn't end well with that relationship. So that relationship eventually ends because I become a nigga, and I'm very upset. You know what I'm saying? Cause I'm like, yo, what are you doing? Rose petals on the bed. What are you talking about? I acted out of character. This was my thinking at the time. This is little boy thinking. I'm thinking like a little boy. So I graduated. It's the summer. We break up. I'm sad again, but this is a different type of sad. This sad hits harder than the last one. It felt similar, but this one hit it hard. Because, yo, like, where you thought you was going? See, before the breakup, I was conflicted within myself. I'm like, yo, is this what men really supposed to do? Mind you, I ain't even had no side. I ain't even felt like I was with her. I ain't had no sides. Like, it was just a main. Not even main. It was just one. It was just you and I. But, you know, I wanted to explore. I was still, you know, tiptoe. I was trying to explore other things before I was saying this to myself. I want to explore other things before I lock it. I'm going to lock this down. But I want to explore other things. You feel me? But she found out. It was just like, damn. So it's summer. That relationship ends. We're back outside civilization. We're going to Miami. We're going to Miami, you know, bro. I'm doing public interviews. I do that in Miami the whole time. I don't even care about.
That's a trick question.
About these little things walking out here. I miss my cinnamon sugar apple, like my Shayla. So, you know, and then I meet other influencers, content creators. We doing skits. I got my public interview. Instagram's called a Great Value. Everybody don't even know. Like, the name of content creators, they call you by your Instagram. So my shit was the Great Value Show. They're like, yo, Great Value, what up, Walmart? Yo, Great Value, Great Value. I'm like, yo, all right, chill. And then this is when the idea comes to me. I'm like, New York itself is already characters. You know, you got a homie over here dressing in a Spider-Man suit. You got people jumping on trains. You got a homie with a do-rag, tank top, and slippers, just doing whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? You got shorty over here dressing as a dude doing her thing. You got people, like, got a dude over here acting like a blind man with a stick in the door. Like, what if we create a comedy sketch show? Y'all already characters. You know what I'm saying? I was inspired by In Living Color as a kid. You know, my parents would watch Eddie Murphy, Richard Pryor, and then at the time MTV, I believe, was like showing reruns of In Living Color. I'm like, yo, that's fire. And my favorite actor at the time, I had two favorite actors at the time. It was Will Smith and Jim Carrey. It was reruns of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and In Living Color. I was watching those all the time. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and more. You know, and then also at this time, Jim Carrey was very popular. So my first Jim Carrey movie was The Mask. I didn't even see Ace the Ventura, the Pet Detective. It was The Mask. And then when I get like into an actor, I'm at a young age. At the time, I'm like 10, 12, and we got the phones. I'm Googling the fuck out of this movie. Jim Carrey, what else he's been in? Liar, Ace Ventura, Me, Myself, and Irene. I'm like, yo. And Jim Carrey was the only person I saw that had me laughing with tears at the time in movies. So, like I said before, I was like at a young age going back to school, absorbing what I see from the characters on TV. I had like two sides. I'm a Will Smith. I'm a Fresh Prince. I'm getting all the shorties with the books, with the black book. You know, flirting, be a little funny, goofy. Then I'm Jim Carrey. I'm wacky. I'm Fire Marshal Bill. Let me tell you something. I'm going to school like I'm like I'm the Mask. I'm making people laugh, and I know since very young, this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to entertain, and at the same time, I love movies. And I'm thinking, what's a better way to combine humor and filmmaking? And it's a sketch show. I just went to college. I took even though I didn't like it, I took TV studio. I know how to edit. I took a screenwriting class. I'm gonna write some sketches, write what I think is funny. We're gonna create some characters or implement your characters in the scenario. Yo, we have a comedy sketch show. Also at the time, the Chappelle Show's on TV. And then I got older, it was Key and Peele. I'm like, yo, what if we do that? We can do that. If all of us come together and collaborate, we can do that. But That doesn't happen. The idea that comedy sketch show, we shot one sketch. We shot one sketch. We're gonna call the show Vaudeville. Like when I'm into something, I do research. You know, I'm thinking about the history of sketch shows or just comedy, and I just learned back. I think it was in the 20s they did this thing called Vaudeville. So I'm like, we could be inspired by that. So let's just call it Vaudeville. Vaudeville never happens. Let's just put it at that. Vaudeville never happens. I'm heartbroken again. And I told you guys this heartbreak was different. This one was very different. Before it was because I'm like, I feel like I messed up, she messed up. But this one, I felt like, excuse me. This one I felt like we both messed up. No, let's say that over again. The last one I felt like she messed up, I messed up. This one I feel like I single-handedly messed up. Like she was a good girl. Like, and I think this was the first time ever in my life I just experienced some type of some form of remorse, some type of guilt. And I'm in my bag, know what I'm saying? And things with these content creators in New York, I'm like, that falls apart. I'm like, yo, I'm not feeling New York. I'm not. And it's time to decide where we gonna go for our bachelor's. So I had a couple schools in mind. NYU, Full Sail University, and Morehouse College. I had more. I'm like, I went to Google top 10 film school. It gave me a whole bunch, but I narrowed it down. Just in case I wanted to stay in the city, NYU. If I really want to go far, Full Sail in Florida. But my top 3 was Morehouse. Morehouse because I asked myself, where did my favorite director go? My favorite director is Spike Lee. The first Spike Lee film I saw was Crooklyn. And that was a movie I watched with my family. And it's like, it's a black family watching a movie about a black family. That's not like we a black family watching a movie about a black family. And I'm like, yo, and I'm watching this little girl just like be a little girl and go through her summer. Like I'm like, yo, that was the first movie that I had touch with reality. You know what I'm saying? And then I go on to watch Do the Right Thing. Now this one hits different from me because the parallels is uncanny. Like, I'm young. I'm paying attention what's going on in the news. Like, so I think Trayvon Martin happens. And then fast forward later, I believe George Floyd, and I'm like, and I always go back to, yo, this movie. And it's New York, they in Brooklyn. It is really a dude going about his day, you know what I mean, delivering pizzas, trying to see his girl, trying to stack his bread, make his money, and then shit just happened. Dudes on the block, you walk into the pizza store, and you're like, hey yo, Sab, why you ain't got no black people on your wall? And I'm like, yo, I probably would ask a question like that. You know what I'm saying? Growing up, I didn't really experience racism. I think I did. It's a weird encounter because it wasn't. I didn't experience racism as you would think. I'm telling you, my humor started like everybody. I was like the darkest kid in class, so everybody was saying all types of shit. I was the darkest and I was the tallest. It's like elementary school, and everybody saying the same damn jokes. So they come out of the woodworks like, oh damn, here comes Malik's shadow. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not even on the ground. How can I be a shadow? And then this was everybody's favorite. Oh, you were an African booty scratcher. I'm like, first of all, I don't even know where Africa is. Like, what? This is what I'm saying. I'm young. I'm like, I am American. I'm from the Bronx. What are you talking about? And first of all, I don't even scratch nobody's booties but mine. So cut it out. And then, and my get backs were just being wacky, and then it was a very diverse classroom. Again, like the lightest people in the classroom was either Puerto Rican or Asian. Like we had like 2 Asian girls, and then everybody was either Puerto Rican, Dominican, or Black, Jamaican, African. So I'm like nobody in the classroom is white. Just very diverse. Like from first grade, like I knew these kids from first grade up to like 7th grade. So I'm like, yo, what's happening? You know what I'm saying? And then, we would have this thing about like dark skins versus light skins, and then the girls will always go for the light skinned dudes. I never understood that. I'm like, yo, what? And then Chris Brown coming out at the time, so he was like the light skinned nigga. So I'm like, yo, alright, we need a win. You know what I'm saying? We need a W. You feel me? And then I'm watching a lot of movies, and it was like there was a lot of in black movies representations of dark skinned men winning. You got Juice. Damn, the other ones, them people was fairly brown skinned enough. You had the Best Man Holiday, or the Best Man and the Best Man Holiday. All them. Then you got Terrence Howard in there, but everybody else was brown, dark skin. You know what I'm saying? But it was still like growing up, it was brown skin, dark skin versus light skin. So, and then here's okay. This is high school, right? Here's the kicker. That 2 occasions with police, right? This is one time my cousin and I were walking out the building. My cousin he tucks in his shirt. I'm like, I don't even know why. This nigga got on track pants and he's tucking in his fucking shirt. And that's what he does. He tucks in his shirt. 2 officers approach us. Whoa, y'all live here? I'm like, we just came out the building. Yeah. What's in your back? I'm like, what do you mean what's in your back? I'm like, my cousin just tucking in his shirt. And, they checked us. I'm like, all right, well, sorry, bro. We just thought you had a gun. And I'm like, what? Man, go on, bro. Second encounter, we in my cousin's neighborhood. This is in Harlem. Same area, right? Harlem, Lincoln Project. It's a bunch of us. We running around the neighborhood playing manhunt. We running out the projects into the street. It's like 2, 3 cop cars. Whoop, 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 whoop. Run up on us. One just like barely almost hits me right here. He stops so close to me, I put my hands on the hood, stopping myself from running. They hop out the car. Hey, mind you, we kids, like we young, bro. Like we no younger than 13. Hey, crisscross applesauce. Sit down, put your hands on your head. Cause I'm like, we in school, nigga. Sit on the ground. What y'all running for? We playing a game. Oh yeah, playing a game. We got reports of a gunfire, gunshots. I'm like, yo, we playing it's like we playing manhunt. What y'all talking about? Gunshots. Like none of us ain't got no guns on us, Well, we got some reports. Y'all know anything about that? I just said we playing manhunt. What are you talking about? And then if it wasn't for the adults in the neighborhood coming through, I don't know what would happen. They come through like, yo, they kids, man. They playing a game. Y'all going on. Leave them boys alone. And they went on. and I'm like, and then I go back to do the right thing. I'm like, what if those 2 instances turn into the worst case scenario? It couldn't. And that's why Do the Right Thing to this day is like my favorite movie. So, time to go to college again to get my bachelor's. The goal is to better the craft and create. We gotta better the craft. We gotta get better. We gotta find a way to go to school and use the skills that we learn in school to combine what we do on the internet. So combine school skills and content creation, we have to find a way to fuse the two to go up. In my mind, I can't lose. If I go to school, if I content create at the same time, I'm unstoppable. I can't lose. We gotta get out of New York. Heart is broken. These people, to me at the time, I feel like everybody's chasing followers. You know, I'm at one time, me and my mans, you know, we run down these shorties. Another time, my man cooking, you know, on Instagram. You know what I mean? Just for looks. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, girls like, oh, you look good. You know what I mean? You got a couple followers. Shorty sees his follow. Like, she wasn't even going for him at first, but she sees how much follow. Oh, you got like 12K. Okay, Mr. Somebody. I'm like, Mr. Somebody. This nigga live in a project. Wait, he's somebody? What are you talking about? Wait, like, what? What? Our followers don't even equate to our bank accounts for real. Unless you're really making money off the gram. If that was the case, we would not be here talking to your stink ass in the fucking corner store. What's happening right now? So, I gotta leave New York. I'm in my bag about everything. I picked Morehouse. Spike Lee went to Morehouse. I'll go on the school website. They have a major called Cinema, Television, Emerging Media Studies, CTEMS. I'm like, that's what I'm gonna do. I apply. I got her word back, got the letter. You've been accepted. Mwah! I rented a car, packed a few of my shit, and I drove 13 hours. I'm not playing. I'll tell you, you understand, I wanted to get out of here. I'm in that car pushing it. I get to Atlanta. You know, kids is moving. Kids, you know, we moving in. You know, a couple of students approach me and like, hey, young brother. First of all, don't young brother me. I'm older than you. I'm talking about young brother. My fault. What brings you here to Morehouse? You know what I mean? I mean, like, you know, it's an HBCU. Spike Lee went here. I'm like, I'm sold. Word? What you trying to study? I'm like, filmmaking. You came here for Spike? To be like Spike? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what's so funny? Like, you just try to young brother me. Like, I ain't even tell a joke. You know what I'm saying? He was like, you know, Spike didn't study film here. He studied at Clark Atlanta. He just went here. I'm like, well, huh? Yeah, he cross-registered at Clark Atlanta. So the thing, for those who don't know, in Atlanta, something called Atlanta University Center. It's made up of different schools. You have Morehouse, you have Spelman, you have Clark Atlanta University, and it used to be Morris Brown, but they was moving scandalous, so they packed them up. So it's pretty much like Morehouse, Spelman, Clark Atlanta, and then there's another grad school, but they never be seen out there. So they telling me he cross-registered at Clark Atlanta. I'm like, what? But you know, there's still a cinnamon program, so I'm already here. So cool. You know, next day is orientation. You know, they got brothers locked up, and then we walk down the street, go to the chapel. I did that, and I gotta get the rest of my stuff because I get there, I don't even know where I'm staying. Like, I find out where I'm staying the day I arrive. I'm talking to the lady. She's like, you got a house? I'm like, I applied. No one told me where I'm at. Students like, yeah, welcome to Morehouse. I'm like, welcome to Morehouse? This is regular? I'm like, what? So, you know, I'm talking to a few people. I'm like, oh, we got a spot for you over here. I'm like, you supposed to bet had a spot for me. You just get this? You know, they gave me a little room, stay up in the suites. I'm like, y'all get a room to myself? This is cool. I like it here. So, drive back home, pack the rest of my stuff, get back in the car, drive a whole nother, did I drive a whole nother 13 hours? No. The first time I flew. The second time I drove a car because I wanted to pack on my shoes, on my sneakers, and on my Jordans. But I was still like, yo, I got to get out of here. Y'all was playing. Yeah, the first time I flew down there, stayed in a hotel for like a day or two. I went back to New York, rented a car. Shout out to my mom for helping me rent this car. And I Drove 13 hours down there. So, first semester, you have to take general education. I'm like, I already have a degree. What are you talking about? And then here's my first obstacle being out there. They tell me this major cinema, television, immersion media studies, CTEMS for short, it's exclusive. I'm like, what you mean? You have to write 3 paragraphs and have a GPA of a 3.0. I'm like, what? Who y'all think y'all? Why y'all doing that? You know what I'm saying? I can understand that this is what made Spike Lee today, but he didn't even study it. So what's? I'm like, I ain't bet. You know what I mean? I could do that. I'm gonna take these classes. I'm gonna get an A. Writing, no problem. I'm not even sweating it. I do amazing. I get A's and B's. I'm doing good. There was just one class though. There was just one class. You know what I'm saying? It was like an asynchronous class. Like we meet online sometimes we don't meet at all. Teachers just posted assignments, we do it. I'm like, bro, whatever. I did this before. Physics, remember? COVID, Google. That's what I did, bro. All the answers, and they submitted. Sometimes I procrastinated. I'm not gonna lie. I submitted it. It's online though. He still accepted it. I'm like, I'm still sending. I email him. I'm still sent it. I still sent it in, right? So, to be selected as a CTEMS major, like you really got to be selected to study this major. I'm like, I'm already here. You know what's crazy to me? Because you got to pay to apply. And then you get here, then you got to start paying the tuition. And then pay for housing. And pay to eat. I'm like, why do I have to do another extra step to study a specific major? This is the only major that does this. And it's film. This is the arts. It's filmmaking. It don't make sense. Whatever. So it's fall. Fall, you take your general education class. In the spring, if you're first year, all first years, you take your general education class your first and second semester. I only got to take my first because I'm a transfer student. And, you know, I got a degree already. Spring, you take the classes for that major. Between fall and spring, they look at the application to see that you are selected to be in this major or not. Alright, cool, boom. But it's a dilemma. That one class, that online class, homie gave me a D. I'm like, something's not right. I emailed him like, yo, what's up? Why you gave me a D? He said, your work is reflected on your grade. I'm like, no, it's not. I handed in everything, and I got good grades on those. So why there's a D? And I'm getting this what it is attitude. A couple weeks go by. We getting closer to the spring semester. The D turns into an A. Cause I was worried. I'm like, damn, I'm not gonna get in. And then I get this email from the major program, from the chair of the program. Yeah, bro, sorry. You ain't get in. But I'm like, wait, hold on. I got the 3.0 though. Hold on, can we review? I'm emailing my advisor. She's like, whatever was your GPA at the time is what reflected on this application. I'm like, yo, but that's an inaccurate GPA. Can we whatever? I'm getting like, bro, it is what it is type of attitude. So I'm like, nah, y'all playing with me. What we gonna do next? I'm asking questions around to the other students. I'm like, yo, go to provost. Tell them, go to the provost. You can probably handle that. I said, shit. Walk into the office. I'm like, yo, where the provost at? I walk into the office like that. But I'm like, yo, I got a situation here. For CTEMS, they playing with me. That wasn't my GPA. That was the wrong one. That's not the right one. Y'all gotta fix that. You know what I'm saying? And she's like, did you make an appointment? I'm like, nah. Where you at though? You gotta just write him an email explaining everything in detail. Don't leave nothing out. Explaining everything in detail what happened. And then he'll get back to you. I'm like, that's all I gotta do. Bet. That's lit. I'm telling you. And I'm a CC everybody. Everybody's gonna be in this email. The advisor, the chair person of this major, the provost, everybody's gonna see this email. I'm telling them exactly what happened. I got all A's and B's. First, this dude gave me a D. I tell him, yo, bro, what are you talking about? I did all the assignments. And then I check back. It's an A, but at the time, my GPA was wrong. It should have been a 3.0, but he changed it. Now I got 3.0. This is not right. It's that GPA is inaccurate. We have to do something about this. What can we do? Provost emails me back. And he refers me back to my advisor. The same shorty who told me it is what it is. Mind you, the only person I'm not hearing from is the chair person of this major. I'm trying to tell, I'm like, yo, where's she at? Where's she at? I'm telling her, like, yo, she don't even answer her emails. I can tell because I wrote this 3-page paragraph, but what happened? Where is she at? Yo, she don't even be on campus. What do you mean? Don't she teach classes here? Just gotta catch her. I'm like, yo. I'm like, I shouldn't. I got a degree already. If anything, y'all should want me. Y'all teaching these new kids. Y'all should want me. I got it. I did. I put in my due diligence. My 2-year college tour turned into a 5-year for associates. I got that degree. I just want I want to better the craft. Better the skills. Let me in here. Y'all playing with me. Let me in here. And I'm like, all right, I either got to change my major or go somewhere. I'm like, I'm already here. You know what? I took out, listen, I took out a loan. Financial aid didn't cover all this. I took out the financial aid and I had to take out a loan. You know what I'm saying? So I'm already what can we do? And I was fortunate enough to meet a friend that goes to Clark, Atlanta. And I just remember you can cross-register. Listen, Spike started here. He was a communication major and then he just took classes over there. So I'm like, maybe I could just do the same thing. And I meet a friend that goes to Clark, Atlanta. She said, oh, you a creative? Me too. You in the film? Me too. I'm like, yo, what's up? And then she introduced me to all her friends. And, apparently they started working on a short film. I'm like, yo, you want in on this? I'm like, yo, let's do it. I have a degree already. Y'all just started. So I'm like, I bet. And then she brings me to their mass media department. She showed they got a studio over there. I'm like, wow, Morehouse don't got this over there. Y'all got studios and cameras, they don't got that. I know it. They got a computer room. I saw it. And then she introduces me to the manager of CAU TV, Brian Jenkins. And then after seeing all that, and I meet Brian Jenkins, he's asking me, yo, what did I explain to him? Got a degree. I explained my situation with C-Tims. We beefing right now. And I let him know, I content create. I shot a documentary too. I shot 2. I had a friend who she's an author. She writes books. I shot her for a school assignment. I did one on her. For my editing class, I had to shoot a short film. So I took a camera. And me and my homeboy DT, who does public interviews, who really got me to do public interviews at the time, right? I remember this DT said to me, I told him, yo, but when I was deciding to leave, I don't want to be a content creator. First of all, he was like, yo, you're a content creator. I'm like, I'm not a content creator. I'm a filmmaker. I want to be a filmmaker. I don't want to be... And he said, but your Instagram page doesn't show filmmaker. It shows content creator. You got all these skits and public interviews. I'm like, oh, you little short... You a little nigga. You little short bastard. You right. You right. So that also motivated me to tunnel vision. We got better the craft. Once I saw everything on Clark Atlanta campus, I had a light bulb. Because I found out you could produce your own shows here. as a student, I'm like, I could produce. Brian Jenkins said, maybe you come write a treatment, I'll let you know if it's a green light or not. Write a treatment? I have a degree already. They taught me that on how to write a treatment. They still learning how to write a treatment, aren't they? Got you. Bro, I come up with this idea of a comedy sketch show. Same thing, like Vaudeville, but I don't want to call it Vaudeville. You know what I mean? That is attached to them. Ugh. At the time, you know, my Instagram was The Great Value Show. Back then, The Great Value Show. Call it The Great Value Show. Boom. Gave him the treatment. He's like, all right, okay. You find some writers, it's a go. But I met, you know, Madison introduced me to some creatives. Excuse me. Bad. I met some creators, got some writers. I need your producers. Shit, my writers could be my producers. He said, okay. Need a crew. Cool. Everybody want to be down? Yeah, I do. This sounds cool. Cool. Talent. Cool. And when I tell you, when I watch TV, I don't take it as, oh, I'm enjoying entertainment. Although I do. When I watch TV and movies, I'm studying. Once I figure out the foundations and the fundamentals of cinema, I look at TV and movies. I can't help myself to study. Oh, that's how the lighting is over there. They probably did this for audio. Once I learn how things are cut in post, I'm like, this is probably how he did an L cut, J cut here. I'm like, I see movies differently. I learned camera movements. That's a dolly. That's a Dutch angle. I see things and hear the movies differently. That was probably a folly. That, you know, that voice track kind of don't match. They probably dubbed that in later. So I studied this. I went back. I watched Key and Peele, the Dave Chappelle show. All right, cool. Sketches are pre-recorded, and they just had the live audience part. So all we had to do was write the sketches, record it, get our live. I would come out there, do my whole thing. I'm Chappelle. I do my thing in front of the people, and then right then and there, the AUC Comedy Sketch Show was born. I didn't want to turn it into the Great Value Show. You know what I'm saying? I wanted it to be. I created this here. I wanted this to be for all students in the AUC. You know, if you're a content creator here too, because there's content creators out there in the AUC. You do a little TikTok dance. You out there doing public interviews. Come, put that creativeness in the show. So I called it the AUC Comedy Sketch Show. Communication, I changed my major. Like, I'm thinking, whatever, let's just change it to something. All this over here looks fantastic. I get to create and better my craft as long as I go. I'm already here. I don't want to go do transferring. I'm already here. Let me just cross the yard, cross register, do what I gotta do. I'm already here. So, I'm taking classes over here. I'm taking classes over there. I'm producing. Not only did you get to produce with CAU TV, the whole thing CAU TV is a training facility for students who want to get into TV broadcasting. Like, mind you, I hated TV broadcasting and BMCs. I said, like, yo, I don't want to do this shit. But if it wasn't for the idea to create a sketch show is TV broadcast. It's still, and it still got elements of filmmaking in it. The filmmaking elements to me was shooting and writing and doing the sketches. TV broadcasting part was the live studio segment. You come out, you speak to the audience, you got your multi-cameras. That's great. Not only I get to produce, I'm in this training facility, they train you. First of all, I know half this shit already. Even though I didn't like it, this was like a refresher. I'm familiar with the equipment. And not only you get to do that, you get to have production on campus. So let's say there's an event on campus, students out on a promenade, dancing, do whatever. CAU TV go shoot that. You know what I'm saying? Homecoming concert. CAU TV go shoot that. You know what I'm saying? Royal Court, CAU TV go shoot that. I'm like, yo, this is things I can add on the portfolio, put on the resume. Like, not only that I'm better in the craft, I got proof. This is how I start my portfolio. I could direct a whole production, not only just mine, CAU TV stuff. So it's like, I get to do my own stuff and help out with CAU TV. I'm a part of this organization now, and which is helping me better the craft and create. This is amazing. So forget that I didn't get into that major. I'm just trying to get into classes and do my thing. Problem is, if I'm not interested in it, I'm not that engaged. So I'm like, yo, what are we talking about here? You know what I'm saying? It really sucks that I gotta go in this classroom and these assignments is talking about, okay, cool. One professor's like, you gotta write a journal each week. I'm like, write a journal? Yeah. You gotta write something that you learned from this chapter related to your life. And on top of that, you gotta do the main assignment. I'm like, dude, the main what? I didn't even want to take this major. I don't even want to be here, ma'am. I have a degree already. I wanted to study film. I'm trying, but I'm not that engaged in it. And then, you know, I meet a new girl. I'm like, so, yo, this woman in particular, right? So in my mind, I meet her. I'm like, she's checking off everything on the list. You like movies? I like movies too. See, my love language is like watching movies. That's quality time. And if you could understand a reference from movies, if I could call a certain actor by name and you know who they are instead of the character that they play, bro, you got my heart, and she had my heart. At the time she wasn't really feeling me. I'm like, let's go to the movies. All right, cool. My friends can come along. What you mean your friends can come? I'm trying to take you out on a date. You know what I'm saying? She never been pursued this way before. Like, so, I'm putting pressure on her. So, I'm trying to get shorty. I've got my production going on. This class is egging me out. Like, this is what's happening right now. So, everything, this is all in the first year. Everything seems to go good. I have CAU TV. I meet this girl that I like. I think Brian Jenkins sees that I'm more focused, I'm motivated, I'm driven. He recommends me to meet with Spike Lee. So there's this thing that was on the low. Deans of schools get to recommend certain students to have dinner with Spike Lee. He recommends me. It's me and other students from other schools as well. So it's Morehouse, it's Clark Atlanta, and it's Spelman. Morehouse selected their CTEM students. I'm the only student from Morehouse over there that's not CTEM. I'm technically invited on behalf of Clark Atlanta. But there's Clark Atlanta students there as well that I know of through CAU TV. And there's some Spelmanites. So we all there. Not only that students is there, the presidents of each school is there. Except for Moore or Spelman, because they was moving scandalous. They packed them up. Pew. So it's not just a dinner. Spike Lee comes in, introduces him. It's fine. Everybody goes around and introduces themselves. I introduce myself. He sits right next to me. He said, "Where you from?" "I'm from the Bronx." He started calling me Boogie Down Bronx. Yeah, Boogie Down Bronx. I'm like, yeah, I'm Boogie Down Bronx. I like that. I'm not starstruck around celebrities because I'm tunnel vision. I don't got time, bro. I'm gonna see you at work one day. That's how I see it. Like I'm gonna be on the same level as you one day. I see you on TV. I'm kind of cool, collective. I'm like, yeah, there's no doubt. This whole dinner becomes a meeting about a presentation about this fellowship they're gonna drop called a Spike Lee Fellowship. We just students the first to know about it because we've been selected as far. So technically, this meeting wasn't for us. It was really for the presidents to greenlight it. This is what I'm perceiving at the time because I'm reading body language because I'm taking communication. So now I'm learning fucking nonverbal languages. Shit. So all right, cool. All right, learning nonverbal. All right, cool. See, I hear what they're saying. Talking to the president, and they're like, well, Spike, you should come back and teach. No, I don't want to do that. I got to teach at NYU. But yeah, but this is your people. You said anyway. Cool. So we, they served us some food. Met Spike. Cool. We was the first to know about this fellowship to come out. Great. Months pass by. Application drops. Cool. I apply. I get selected as a finalist. Cool. Kicking it with Shorty. I'm producing all my stuff. I'm even directing some CAU TV stuff. I'm not only directing CAU TV stuff, I'm also helping my peers produce their projects. So not only I'm doing my project, I'm producing other people's projects. Because I feel like in a creative space, I don't just serve myself, I serve others and help others. So I'm getting into my producer bag. I kind of like it. In a way, I see a producer is help push that project. So I'm going to help push your project. Not only I'm pushing myself, I'm going to help you push you at the same time. I'm going to push you and we could all go up together. I don't see no reason why we all can't win together. So that's me and my producer bag. Things are going good, right? Things start not to go good. Me and new shorty, it's just she started saying certain shit to me that just wasn't lining up. Like we not even in a relationship. We talking, we doing our thing. She comes spend the night, you know. So mind you, I'm still single. I'm still doing single things. But listen, that mentality that I had back in New York got left there. That feeling that I felt at the old girl, don't want to feel that again because I messed up. Like I feel like I really experienced guilt for the first time because it was my fault. I'm not doing that again. So now I want to be true to me and true to my person. And I'm trying to lay this all out to shorty, but I don't think she wasn't understanding. You feel me? So she started hitting me with I don't have the capacity for a relationship. And I'm telling you, I'm putting pressure. Because old girl before her used to say, you ain't really put pressure on me. I'm like, yo, bro, shut up. So now, like, I'm trying to make sure I don't fail at this. Because one, you hit all the check. Like, you, like movies. You understand the language. Like, I feel like, and you fine. It's hard to find somebody that's fine. And she sings, she dances, she's talented. Like, that's fine. And understands the movie, the cinema language. That's all I'm going to say right there. And she hits me with this. She doesn't have the capacity for a relationship. Finalist thing happens. The head guy, I meet with him because I'm a finalist. I had to sit in a video essay. I just tell him about yo, Khalil Jenkins from the Bronx. I really did that from the Bronx. I tell him this. I got a degree. I got a degree already. What are you talking about? You know what I mean? I do this. I'm producing my own show. I produce my friend's show. I help CAU TV. I feel like I'm him. Take me. He comes in, yo, I really like your video submission. I'm from New York too, Brooklyn. I'm like, where? From the Bronx. I met Spike. He called me Boogie Down Bronx. Does that, but then he hits me with the listen. Because at the time I'm a junior. He was like, yo, they thinking they're going with seniors this year. I'm like, yo, what do you mean this year? Like, yeah, it's seniors this year. I'm like, yo, you gotta be. But I'm a finalist. I'm like, yeah, we really liked you, but you're a junior. We don't go with seniors this year. I'm sorry. Just apply again next year. You know what I mean? I'm like I things things started things started to fall down bad. Like the only thing I got is CAU TV. Like I'm telling you, these classes over here at Morehouse is blowing my. I'm trying to cause I gotta come back here. My mindset is I come back here to create. Like forget all what's going on. I want to create. Then something happens. Me, new girls on and off, right? It's like at the very beginning of this new semester. Like first year done. I've been creating, I've been producing, you know, I'm trying to do my thing with Morehouse. It's the second year, right? Old girl, shorty I'm dealing with now, her father passes. We're not in a relationship, but I'm trying to, you know, want to be there for her. I'm trying to comfort her. You know, so in that time period, you know, she's telling me what she's going through. I'm there for her, right? And then we stop. Then we like, no, we can't do this. We're not. I don't know. For some reason, she just can't be in a relationship with me. Then my father passed. The next following month, I'm like, yo, this is crazy. I call her up, yo, I need you. She reciprocates the energy. My like mid September, Pop's gone, and I don't know how to. Morehouse, shorty, all these things is just. I don't know how to deal with that psychologically. I don't know mentally. Like I don't. I'm not feeling it. I'm producing. I'm taking classes. I had to get on a plane back to New York. They're doing the viewing of my father. I see him. I go see him. I don't even feel like that's him in there. I'm sitting next to my grandmother. She's bawling, bro. Never heard her make these noises. Like she's like, this is not a cry. My grandmother's about to bury her son. My nieces, like it's just, and then after all of that, I got to spend time with my siblings. I had to fly back to Atlanta. I have to continue my classes. I have to go create. I have to continue producing. On top of that, I gotta see what's up with shorty. I don't got the capacity for a relationship. So I'm like, bet. You don't want me. We done. We done. We good on that. Comedy Sketch Show. What's funny, at the end of that fall semester, we're like, she tells me this, I don't speak to her for a while, right? Here's what happens as we come into the close of that semester, right? We have this dude, I seen him around campus, cool, chill dude, positive vibe, all about God. He does music. He comes into Brian Jenkins' office, like I did. Hey, I got an idea. I just happen to be in the office. That's one of my chill spots. Brian Jenkins goes, "You want to produce it?" I'm like, "Sure." I tell him this is what you need, what you got to do, all that. Apparently, boy, he got a grant. They want to do a tiny desk type of thing. He said, we knocked down a location. What can we do? I'm like, okay, we can't. The semester's about to be over. We don't got time to do this. Can we do it next semester? He's like, yeah, sure. I'll talk to him. Came back, talked to the people who he got to talk to. We're gonna shoot it in the student library. That's what I'm like, all right, cool. That's a dope idea. This is fire. The more you tell me, more and more I'm into it. Like, I'm in my producer bag. Like, cool, this is what we need. Listen, I got everything on my side. We gonna capture it. You put together your show, your artist, you control all that, we got it. I shoot it, I edit. We're good. That semester ends. Before the semester ends, I just so happened to stumble upon an audition for a play called Sunset Baby. One of the actors on a comedy sketch show say, "Hey, you should audition." I'm like, I don't know. Go ahead. I'm like, okay. Audition, got a call back. Said, "Hey, you got the part." I'm like, "Oh shit, word." Cause the first time I'm in there, I'm like, me, I got a degree already. I took a theater class. High school, we did drama club. I'm funny, you know what I'm saying? But this is something new, you know what I mean? This is like, outside of this, I haven't really acted. Like, comedy sketch show, that's not, that's me just being me. I gotta become a whole character for real this time. Director was like, "You know how to show you can remember these lines?" I'm like, "Yeah, in high school, Mark Anthony, man, I was Mark Anthony." She said a whole speech to Julius Caesar. I don't remember it today because that was many years ago, but alright, cool. Over the break, here's the script. Work on your lines. The play will be in March 3rd. Alright, cool. I got all winter to do this. I still got my comedy sketch show. So see, comedy sketch show every winter, we meet virtually to write each week from December, end of December to mid-January when we come back. So it's like 4 weeks we're meeting up. We're on Zoom, we're writing. On top of that, I'm texting a boy, all right, we're talking back and forth about preparing to shoot his show in February, second month when we come back. Comedy sketch show. We got the boy show. He was gonna call it AUC interlude. I'm like, don't put AUC. I put AUC behind the comedy sketch. I wish I didn't do it, because if you just make it the interlude, it can go farther than the AUC. It'll be something that got started here, but you can grow it. That's if you want to do. He's like, cool, we're going to call it an interlude. So I'm working on the play. I'm doing character work. At the time, this is winter break now. I'm going to work every day. I'm got a job at Nike in the city, back home working at Nike. Every day to work, I'm reading this script. Every single day. I'm in this script so much, I even like started writing out the character's name on play is Kenyatta. He's a 50-year-old man. 50-year-old man, ex-activist. He's been in prison, but he's been out for a while. He comes back because his wife has died, and she wrote his letters while he's in prison, and they somehow become infamous. And he hasn't read them. The only person who hasn't is his estranged daughter. He pulls a, how you doing? We were supposed to meet. Like, this is how one of his first, we supposed to meet. We're supposed to be. She's like, man, daughter got stink ass attitude. Well, nigga, man. And she think he after the money, but like, no, he wants to read these letters. That's the whole premise of this play. Old activist trying to get this letter. Stink ass, hoeing ass daughter. She's a hoe. She out here tricking with some. It's a New York story too. That's how I saw. I'm like, oh, they from New York? Bet. And she got a boyfriend. They selling pills. She tricking, all that, whatever. I'm like, yo, this is a black story. This story black. I like a little ghetto. It's cool. You know what I mean? And I gotta be Kenyatta. I'm Kenyatta Shakur. When I auditioned, I did this voice. Kenyatta Shakur. I'm thinking, yeah, I'm method acting. And when we rehearse it, and then when it's time to like try to memorize the lines, the director's like, you're not loud. You gotta project. And I'm like, damn, I can't do the voice. And I did the voice with my scene partner. She said, what is this voice? I'm like,